Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys don't know me, my name is Aaliyah and I own a small business called Honestly Ethereal. For today's video, I thought I would take you guys with me to do kind of like a week in my life as a small business owner. But the week is starting off on Tuesday. My Monday was spent just relaxing after work. Mondays are always really hard for me to come back from, so I like to just take time for myself on Mondays. And that's why I'm starting on Tuesday, July 21st in this video. Before I started doing anything, me and my mom had gone to KFC to get some dinner, and honestly it wasn't that good. I haven't been to KFC in years, and I think I will take another several years to go back because the nuggets were just, they were so dry, they were small, they were tough. You could obviously tell they were a little overcooked. Anyways, that's either here or nor there. In a minute, I'm going to take you guys with me while I get on a conference call with my best friend, who is also my social media manager, and you guys will see us kind of planning our week out for content. So I hope you guys enjoy that. All right, I've got all my stuff. Well, first and foremost, what are we doing this week? I think we never had anything I don't think, maybe not tomorrow for a walk, because I wanted to do your video idea. The one where it's like, that trend, the things you need. I wanted to do that, so I wanted to like take some of those items out of my mom's car, because all my stuff is in my mom's car from when I was doing those markets like a lot. So I wanted to do that video. But Thursday I can definitely go for a walk. Let me put one here. And bring clothes. Let's see here. Would you be willing to come to my house tomorrow? Let me see what time I'm off work. I think I do 8 to 5 tomorrow. And I usually get home at like 5:30. I do 8 to 5 tomorrow. Then we can do the video trend. Things you need. I would like to do like 2 editions. Like you said, one like showing products that I have of my website, of course, and then the other like just in general if anyone likes to sew or something. As like a, yeah, like a more relatable. Like you sew, oh I sew too. Here's some things that I think you need, whatever. Tomorrow? Yeah. Products and sewing products. And then I'm planning probably this Saturday. My coworker wants to buy a purse for me, so I have to make it, so I'll probably film stuff of that. And I think I finally fixed my tripod so it like works properly. My phone one. Yeah, I was just like, I had to tighten this thing, but like it was loose for, yeah, it was like a whole thing. And I was like, oh, finally, yay. So I'll do that. And I really probably also this weekend, if I have time, I want to start planning the jewelry for Dawn. And then of course I'll also be working on the bucket hats because like it's crunch time. I'm gonna do it. And I bought a new iron so I can iron on my fabric. I got the same exact iron that I have been using for years, for like a decade. And that bad boy was $12. Yeah, it was cheap. Can you hear me? Content vault. Okay, so we already did the cleaning studio refresh. So I'm just gonna put that to the bottom. And let me see. What's in my bottom? What's in my bottom? Oh, we still have to do the video of like the fall collection, I guess, going through the fabrics. Okay. Do you want to do it at your house? Okay, just in case, I'll just bring it with me on Friday if we choose to do that on Friday. And if not, we can always do it Wednesday, tomorrow. Pencil behind that. Some of these ideas are just things I'll have to do like on my own, like on the weekend, like getting morning coffee or something. Or like I gotta always do that before work too, I don't know. And then after that, there's kind of not much in our vault of ideas. Let me see. Let me go on here. Let me get on here. And then the trend, that Netflix documentary trend. Rory! Okay. Netflix. I actually have, I wanted to also do like a carousel post, maybe sometime this week. Probably doing like facts about a necklace. I can send you those images I have of the necklace. Okay, I'm gonna send it right now. Let me see here. I'll send you this one, this one, this one. And then I'll also send you like the facts that I want to post as well. Oh my god, I accidentally selected a bunch of images. Oh, whenever you want. We could even do that Friday if you want to. After our conference call, we continued on the phone, but it kind of became more play rather than business. We kind of just got to talking, catching up and such. But I did mute the audio because she was telling me something very personal that I don't really want anyone else to hear, because it was something just personal. Anyways, I had gotten to work on starting these bucket hats that I'm going to be making. I think I've mentioned already in a previous video, or maybe I haven't, but I am going to the beach with my friends, and I decided to make me and all the girls matching bucket hats. And there's 5 girls going. I'm making 2 bucket hats each, so that's 10 freaking bucket hats. And at this point in time, when the video is getting uploaded, I probably have like 1 more week, and hopefully I've gotten a lot more done. But as I'm currently editing this video, I have 2 out of 10 made, which is fine, I guess. So you could just see me here cutting out my pattern pieces, and I had found that the best way to do this is to actually fold your fabric, kind of line up the pattern piece and see exactly how much fabric you need, and then cut that strip out. And then from then I can cut the pieces, and then I do that with the next spot, which was the rim, and then also the kind of like body of the hat. So it's the top, the rim, and then the body. And I just found it's so much more efficient to do it that way, and much easier. So if y'all are into making bucket hats or anything that takes more like uniform pieces, such as you can see in the video, definitely steal my idea. Fold the fabric, see how big of a piece you need, cut that piece, and then cut your pattern pieces out. It just made things way easier. And I will say, by the end of all of this, my hands were kind of in pain. Well, not really my hands, more like my fingers, just from having to grip the scissors, and like the scissors, like the handle pressing against my knuckles. It was a little painful. They felt a little bruised, and I mean, like, no wonder why. I cut a lot of fabric pieces out, a lot. And of course, like, my legs were, it was a lot of standing, so my legs were a little bit sore too. And I'll just briefly mention this, but I do have arthritis, so all that standing was really not great for me, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. And on the end of this day, I actually was able to get just about all of my bucket hat pieces cut out. I had really just needed like 1 more set from each fabric, so that it was 4 sets of fabric, and I just needed like 1 more set of each cut out. But overall, I had finished up, and that just goes to show, like, you can really do things when you put your mind to it. I'm a huge procrastinator, so I'm happy that I had like the motivation and the energy to get started on this project. We are skipping down to Saturday, July 24th. Do not get me wrong, I did end up doing some things in the middle of the week as well, but that's actually going to be recorded and set into another video, so I chose not to bog down this video with that footage if I'm going to be using it anyways, if that makes sense. But on Saturday, after getting my nails done, a much needed nail appointment, I came home, had some breakfast, and as you guys saw, I had an everything bagel with jalapeno cream cheese and cucumbers cut on top, and honestly, it was delightful. I would recommend if you guys like cucumbers, if you guys like bagels, and if you guys like cream cheese and like something with a little bit of spice. I recommend it. It was both very filling, delicious, and refreshing at the same time because of the cucumbers. But yeah, here I'm just continuing my work on the bucket hats. You know, all my pattern pieces were cut out. The only thing that happened to me was I had completely forgotten that I needed to also cut interfacing. So while I was excited that all the fabric was cut out, I still had the interfacing to do, which was also very time consuming. Anyone who sews knows that the cutting process is so time consuming. It's 90% cutting, like 10% sewing. So I was a little bummed out, but it's fine. I ended up cutting those out, and then I got to ironing all of those pieces on there. And as you guys can see, I do have my oscillating fan turned on because with my new iron, which I'm using in the video, I guess the steam is just too much, because twice when I have been using the iron, my fire alarm has gone off. And either my fire alarm is just very sensitive, or the new iron puts out like a freaking boatload of steam. So I had to bring my fan in and turn my fan on and have that going while I iron, because I'm really not trying to have the fire alarm going off every single time. But yeah, you can just see me here ironing on all the interfacing pieces. But what I did end up doing was I did as much as I could. I have yet to cut out all the body pieces of interfacing. All the brim pieces are cut, and those are currently actually all ironed on, but I do have to do more of the body, so the middle piece of the bucket hat. I have to cut more interfacing so I can kind of get that done, and I think I'm just going to do that tomorrow. And by tomorrow, I mean on the day that I'm editing this video, the next day I'll do that. So I can kind of get all that iron on, because I really don't want to overwhelm myself, because if I do that, I know I'm going to end up procrastinating more. And then when it comes down to when I need to finish it, I'm gonna be stressing myself out, and I don't want to do that. Stress is not good. Stress kills, is what I always say to people. And it's actually not shown here, but on the same day, on Saturday, I did end up making 2 of the 10 bucket hats. So I currently have 2 of those done, but that does mean I actually made 4 bucket hats in one day. And let me explain why. The bucket hats are reversible, and so to make them reversible, you have to construct 2 bucket hats and then sew those bucket hats together, so that way you can flip them inside out. So I did end up making 4 bucket hats on this one day, and then I of course put them together and sewed them together to end up with 2 finished bucket hats that are reversible. Again, it's not shown in this video because I do have another video coming out where I focus entirely on the bucket hats and constructing them and such, and getting into sewing and all that good stuff. But yeah, I do want to say it was a very productive week for me, because I feel like I got a lot done, and again, I'm a very big procrastinator. So this week, when it really came down to it, I knew I had to really lock in and do what I had to do. So I'm glad I was able to take you guys with me on this journey. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I don't do a lot of voiceovers, as in like I never do voiceovers, so I hope the structure of this video was interesting for you guys, and I hope you really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks.